for mature audiences.
Welcome back to... Oh, shit. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Cave!
Oh, get those tequila shots away from me.
I know Mark said welcome back, but we don't pre-tape episodes.
Welcome back from last week.
We're not professional.
So thank you once
Mark
again.
just took 3 shots of Cuervo, so this is what he is right now.
No, that was actually just 1 shot, and it's equivalent to 3 shots of
Three
normal
shots,
people.
yeah.
No, that's like 10 shots for
so
me.
thank you very much for joining us one more time this week. I think it's fabulous. And
Why
I
are
don't
we
know
here in a
what
bar
to-
scene? Why are we in a bar? I'm gonna throw
We
that out
are
to
in
you.
a bar because we are about to talk to a guest
Okay.
who is a living legend
Yes.
in the bar scene.
Yes.
He's the
Yes, he
first
is.
male guest of The Cave.
Yes.
I think
And
that's
very
important.
deservedly
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So we don't have any particular...
Yeah, but before we get into that, maybe you want to do some extra.
I do.
Wow.
actually. I
Well
do.
done, Steven.
He actually is putting the structure in the show. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so impressed.
You're drunk.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
We have this cosmetic surgeon in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And basically, he has a patient that comes in. She's Latina. She walks in and he says, "Wow, I just fell in love with you. Like, love at first sight." Right?
Okay.
After 2 minutes of talking, he starts giving her all these things. Like, you need to tuck your belly. You need to put your Botox up. Anything, basically. So at the end of the consultation, he recommends 17 surgeries. 17 surgeries,
All right.
including...
Sex change.
No. Including vaginoplasty.
Okay.
Basically the tightening of the vagina after
Okay.
giving birth and everything. And then he goes as far as to go on newspapers and says she was the love of my life and it was love at first sight. So I brought this up because I thought it was fucked up.
Yeah,
Like, how do you say someone's the love of your life if 15 minutes later you're saying, hey, have 17 or 16 cosmetic surgeries?
No, he's looking and says, you are the perfect blank slate for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me
So he
create
basically
you.
created his perfect woman.
Yeah.
And so my follow-up question is, would you do the same?
Given the perfect blank slate? No.
You kind of want to change women on the inside, not on the outside, because you're not naturally going to go with someone you like physically on the outside
Correct.
in the first place. So,
All right.
yeah.
Agree.
So,
Wait,
but
yeah,
anyway,
you want
I
to change
thought that was
people
really
on the
interesting.
inside?
it was
That's
interesting.
pretty weird.
And
yeah.
you're drunk, Erwan. Really, you are.
Our second extra.
There's no second
There's no second extra.
Yeah.
Do you have what I learned this
I
week?
totally have a what I
What have you learned?
Okay, well, guys, this is, of course, the cave where you can waste your time in a quality fashion, and we recommend something that you can. I've been wasting my time in a quality fashion.
If you're in traffic right now, honk your horn.
Yes.
Just do it.
Okay, I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, Devious Maids is the best
Yes!
fucking TV show
It is.
out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, here.
Watch
It's-
it.
I haven't seen it.
It's like Desperate Housewives on testosterone.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Because we push so much testosterone on the show. Watch this, watch that, guys this, guys that. We want to show our feminine side. Devious Maids. Do yourself a favor. Watch it. It's awesome. Nod your
Yes.
head. Episode 10, right?
Oh, you're on episode... Oh, episode 10 is out?
I didn't see episode
yeah.
10.
So,
Oh, can we
Evelyn,
copy it?
nod your head. Devious Maids. All right. Done. What I've learned.
All right,
Go.
with that shameless plug of Devious Maids, we'd like to
We need royalties.
introduce our topic for this afternoon. It's no specific topic. It's not about guys. It's not about relationships. It's not about sex. It's about
Boring.
legends.
Sorry.
It's about legends. There are men and there are legends, and there are a few of these guys. And I'm very proud and very happy to be very closely associated with this guy, being my mentor.
Yeah.
Today we're just gonna talk.
We're not
about
talking
this
about you.
one
But
guy,
Yeah.
and his name is Louie Ysmael.
Yeah.
Louie.
And
Yes.
Aside from Louie Ysmael, I think as men, and I think this is very different. It's as men, you're always very scared of interacting with other fellow men. You don't know what's proper, what's not
Yeah.
proper. We talked about bro codes
Yeah.
before and everything like that. I think it's very important that men always, and I find this with any guy I meet, men always have a certain peg in life.
Yes,
to
agree.
follow. Like, that's why we have action heroes. That's
Yes.
why we have James Bond. That's why we have Mr. T. Because I know you look up to Mr. T.
Yeah.
It's basically we all have our heroes and our pegs in life.
Yes.
So
Correct.
quick roundabout.
I know
Who is your hero?
I will pick. I will
Go
peg
and
his.
why and why and
Let
why.
me tell you what his is.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
it's
go,
so
go.
easy.
Okay.
Really?
Well, let's flip it
Am
up.
I that
all right,
easy?
Mark,
Okay.
You are that easy.
you nominate Wilson's
Elton
hero.
John.
George
Elton
Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
George
I'll go
Clooney,
with
hands
all right.
down.
All right.
Okay,
It's
why?
so
Why?
easy.
Why?
Because he admires George Clooney's lifestyle. I mean, he is he's an advocate for so many wonderful things. Whether it be Darfur, whether it be in the environment, the whole lot. He's an amazing actor. he dates the most incredible women, and he's still a bachelor. And he's generally a great actor, a funny guy, a nice guy.
Okay, mine is.
That's exactly what Wilson
If
wants
I
to be.
would call Mark's, I think Mark's idol is Crocodile Dundee.
What the hell? I know how to use an escalator, all
He's
right?
Australian. He has big biceps and wrestles crocodiles. Like,
Got it.
That's Mark Nelson.
Stop
right
calling
there.
my women
Yeah,
crocodiles.
bottle.
I agree. I agree. All right.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What would be? You call out Stephen Coos.
No, I called out yours, so you have
you call him
to
out?
call out Irwin's or Stevens.
Oh, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, I call
All
out
right.
Stevens.
Steven, yours would be across your
Don't
idol.
say Sai. I'll kill you.
Fuck! All right, forget
Say
it.
it. Say it. Keep
All right,
going.
Jong,
I'll
you
back
know.
you up.
You know
it,
it is.
it would be a mix of Louie Y, Psy, and R. Kelly. If all
Dude.
three had a baby, that's fucking his
So you
idol.
got-
No, no,
you have
if
a
we-
pervert,
A pervert,
a Korean pop star,
Korean pop star, and
And
the
a
classiest guy and a legend. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
All
you,
right.
right?
If I would call
Fuck.
your
Why?
hero to be,
Why am I left with this motherfucker right
and
here?
this guy is a hero to a lot.
Okay, go.
He's a hero to a lot of men.
Okay.
Who's my
He's
mega life?
cool,
Tell me.
he's suave, he looks
Okay.
really like handsome like this.
Uh-huh.
Has a nice voice, good businessman.
Is
You
he
better
gay?
not say Stephen Koo.
George Michael.
I knew it! That's why I asked. Is he gay? Motherfucker.
I co-sign. I co-sign.
Yes, here.
I co-sign. I co-sign.
All right, so we're talking about heroes.
I'm gonna prove a
George
point.
Michael now or Wham George
I'm
Michael?
gonna prove a point right now.
Okay, go.
Continue this podcast without me.
Oh, just like you left Wham.
yeah,
just like you left
Yeah.
Wham.
We are Andrew Ridgely right now.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, do you want us to wake you up while you go?
The conversation
Mark, that was good
is,
for
Thank you.
once.
The conversation's gonna fizzle out. I'm just
It
waiting.
is. I love
Anyway,
it.
so
okay.
so with that, we're gonna talk about more heroes, legends, and I'm so happy that we have this guy on board today.
Yeah, you are definitely going to learn something. Quick anecdote. I love it. One time I went to a club. I brought a girl I was dating, and I introduced her to Louie Y. Louie Y, like, completely, well, said hello to me as gracious as he always does, and then just turned his attention to the girl I was clearly dating and said, "Hi, how are you? Oh, my gosh, you should come out more often, blah, blah, blah." He was so mesmerizing. He was hitting on my girl in front of me. And
Without
after
you
ended-
knowing it.
No. I realized what was going on, but I let it happen, and it was okay because
Yeah.
it was Louie Y, and he did it with such panache and expertise, and
Yeah.
galang. He's so galang.
It's happened to
and
me so many times with Louis Y.
I almost gave Louie Y her number. Hey, Louie, here's her number, bro. You know, I mean,
Another anecdote about Louis. Louis was the one who got me into this business. So if not for Louis, I wouldn't be doing this.
awesome,
Thanks,
awesome.
All right, props. All right.
All right.
Get to meet our wonderful guest, Louie Y, when we return.
Experience the best beers in the world on tap in Chef Carlo Miguel's gastronomic feasts. Draft Gastropub with branches at the Fort Strip, Rockwell Mall, Greenbelt 2, and soon to open Will Tower, Quezon City, and Molito, Alabang.
Welcome back to the cave.
Welcome back to the
All right,
game.
That's a great start. How about we
right.
introduce our guest, Steven?
Exactly.
And this topic is all about this guy, a legend. He's my
He
mentor.
is.
He's been in this bar industry, the nightlife industry, for decades, and
Yes.
he's a legend for that reason. Ladies
Absolutely.
and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Louie Y.
Yay!
It's actually, funnily enough, we walked in a while ago, and the bartender here, who's a girl, walks past Louis, and he goes, "Hey, you used to work for me in Venetia, right?"
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Not bad.
I
Louie
think-
Y, keeping it classy since 1980. Remember that, kids.
Here, here. Now, Louis, you've been owning and running bars for, I mean, longer than any of us would certainly be able to remember. How have you seen the bar scene change over the years?
Actually, has it changed as far as the kind of music and the kind of a place? It's changed. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I started out with a disco. You know, it was called Stargazer,
You remember this?
and there was a dance floor. There was more dancing. You know, the music was more or less soul, dance music, and now it's different. You know, but the people also, you know, there's a lot of people that come up to me and say, "Hey, you know, my mom used to disco here." So you know, it's through generations. Things change, but basically, it's the same. People go
Yeah.
nuts, and, you know.
There's,
The more
there's so-
things change, the more
yeah.
things stay the same.
There's something about Louis that everybody should know. He actually revolutionized nightlife in different ways throughout the years. Like I think he was mentioning to me before about music and the way things were done. Louis, can you mention some of those things he did?
Well, we were the first ones to play European disco, and we were the first guys to have a laser at Louis Y's.
Nice.
First to have videos.
That's a big deal.
That's huge.
First to have women in the club.
We did the card system. We were the first ones to do the card.
The VIP cards.
The VIP
Yeah.
card, yeah.
Okay.
Basically to screen out the undesirables and the riffraff, you know.
Good word.
You know.
So basically, all you did was copy him.
Basically, I just
Yeah.
all I did was partner up with him.
Yeah, that
No, no,
emulate.
no. Trivia is that I actually started in the nightlife business, working as Louie's promoter, like as one of his guys, running the nights for one of his bars.
Which bar?
Who better to learn from?
It was called V Bar. At that time, I think Louie wanted me to start promoting, and I was like, I don't know anything about this. And
Yeah,
then-
he did wonders for my Tuesday.
Yeah?
Oh, those were one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Tuesday nights.
Awesome. Ebony Groove.
Yeah. Tuesday nights was one of the biggest nights back in.
I personally never knew it as V-Bar. I only knew it as
Venetia.
Venetia. Exactly.
Wait, wasn't it Venetia and then V-Bar and then back to
Right.
Venetia?
No, Venetia V Bar, and then
And then...
we closed and made it Citrus.
Ah,
Yes. That's right.
All right, Louie, I want to know,
Which was-
throughout the years, how have you seen women evolve, in terms of women going to bars and clubs?
That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
Have they
I'm
become-
sure you know a thing
I
or two
keep
about
getting
women.
older, they
You've
stay
learned
the
over the
same
years.
Actually, somebody used to.
Thank you for not looking at me
some
when you said
people
that.
asked me before, do you think the women are better looking now than they were before? you
Yeah.
know? You know, you see-
Yes. To be honest, yeah.
Actually, no.
No?
There's just
Really?
more of them now.
Because I thought
You know,
I read an article where they were saying the more populations mix, the more
The more
races
attractive the
mix,
races-
the more
the-
attractive people get.
Well,
but
that's
maybe
it. I guess more is better.
Yeah.
I mean, in that respect, But for the girls that were going out at that time, they were some very nice, gorgeous ladies then.
So they're
But
as
just less
gorgeous-
of them.
Huh?
But just less of them.
Yeah, right now you see so many. Every day, don't forget somebody turns 18.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's your market right
that
there.
is the greatest.
Yes,
I mean,
it is your market.
that's your market for the industry.
I just heard
right there.
Wilson and Mark say amen.
Yeah, no, because I think
Bow.
there was one person who asked Louie. I think is this true? Louie, somebody
And
asked you-
somebody turned 65 also. so
No, but I think Louis, somebody asked you this question one time. Like he goes, how far do you see the nightlife industry growing? And that was your answer. You go, as long as somebody's turning 18, the nightlife business is going to be flourishing.
Yeah.
yeah. Because there's a lot of clubs that are coming up too.
Yeah.
You got to fill up those clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned women. They look the same, but do they dress better now?
Or they just dress sexier now.
I think no. I think what you want to ask is, are they easier?
Yeah.
That's
what's
That's what you
That's,
wanted to get
that's
into.
the follow-up
That's not what I was
question. Let him answer the first question
Yeah,
first, and then
yeah,
we'll
go ahead.
move on to the follow-up.
No. The easiness is all relative.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
Yeah.
they look sexier now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the makeup is better.
Yeah.
They're
clothes fit better.
Liberated,
physical
more
fitness.
open.
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
fitter
More
as
physical
well.
fitness,
Right.
And they take care of themselves now.
But you know what? From what I've read and from my understanding, when back in the day when you were conquering the nightlife scene, the women you had were top-notch quality that attended your clubs. You would have Miss Universes, Miss Americas, Hollywood elite.
Oh, right,
You would
yeah.
be partying with creme de la creme.
Right, right.
When Manila was the Paris of Asia.
Basically, it's because we were the only club to go to.
Nice. Okay. Fair enough.
So,
But nowadays, I mean, there are so many clubs out there to choose from. Do you think that there's enough of a population going out there to fill all of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, not well. In the case of my particular clubs that I'm a partner of, you can't have more than 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Usually, when another one opens up, some people kind of get affected in the other one. You know what I mean? So, you got to be good. You got to hang around.
Okay, now
because the competition's tough.
Let's talk about you personally as well. I mean, you've been in the industry for so long. How have you managed to keep your longevity in the bar scene and stay current and on top of all the newest trends?
Because
And
what
keep
I
it
love
going?
personally is you walk into any bar, and when Louie's there, people from 18 1920 to people who are much older know who he is.
Yeah.
So like
Absolutely.
I think that's what
and
he's
they know,
asking.
and
How
they
do
know,
you
and they know it's gonna be a good party if they see Louie.
exactly?
In the
So
crowd.
how do you always stay young at heart and like ageless?
Well,
basically,
you know, that comes with age. You know, it comes with experience. You know, I've been in the business for a long time, so I basically, it's second nature. You know, I mean, I'm fortunate now to be partners with a good dynamic group of guys. You know,
What's been your
True,
favorite decade? Rock.
True.
and, you know,
Yeah. Oh, well, you've been rocking it out since the 70s, 80s, 90s, the new millennium. What's been your favorite decade? Just pure decade.
That's a good
It's
question.
Just good
Yeah,
partying.
I like
just
that question.
honest to goodness, good times.
70s and 80s.
Really?
Really better than now.
Damn it, see, so we're
Missed
missing
it.
out.
You
We're
know what?
totally
Free love.
missing out, man.
Two words: free love.
Yeah.
All right. So
Why?
Year
Why?
when
Why?
we
though?
were
Why?
born.
Yeah.
Why 70s, sir? And 80s.
Well, basically, I was your age. You know what I mean? So it's better.
All right. Yeah. I
The
get that.
70s and 80s.
You were in your 20s like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip. Don't say us.
Yeah. He was. That's when he was born.
Yeah.
Late
No, but-
80s.
No,
What-
the music was, you know, it was different. It
That's
was,
right.
it
What-
was,
what would
you
you
know,
wish-
when you grow up and grow older in a period like that, you appreciate it more. You know.
Okay.
Now is okay. You know, but you know, it was good then. You know.
yeah.
Are there certain things that you would wish that still happened today that happened before, or like things that you really liked in the past that don't happen anymore?
Better. Like, no, not really. You
Everything
know.
just
No
evolves.
regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I adapt.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
You know.
Now,
All right.
I know that we covered just briefly earlier the ease of meeting ladies or picking up a girl in a club back then as to now. You said it's about the same, but do you think with modern technology, the advent of cell phones, of you know being able to text a girl instead of going to the club and seeing her and having to sort of like corral her away from her friends and you know sneak her out the back door, do you think it's easier now with technology?
In short, is it easier to bring home a girl now than before?
I think it's easier to do the follow-ups because of the technology.
All right.
You know, but when you're in the club, like anywhere in the world, you know,
Yeah.
it's your style and your charm. You know what I mean? And it's good to observe a lot of people and how they do it. You know.
So,
you know.
what is your approach? What has always been the
What is the
tried,
Louie
tested,
Y
and true?
signature
Yeah,
move?
what's
You know,
the
What's the
there's-
Louie Y signature
gun
move?
ho? Never gonna.
There's no signature move. It just happens. You know.
We just go, hi, I'm Louie Y.
Because I can.
No, I don't.
I
don't say that.
I can mimic you right
Because that's what
now.
everyone does.
That's the worst line to come up with. Right?
Steven
No,
Spielberg
I
is
think
that.
it's
No,
weird.
Louis is like, I know your dad.
He still owes me from the bar fight. The bar.
No, it's best to be introduced first.
Yeah?
You know, than,
In this country.
rather than go up and say, you know, I'm you know,
Exactly.
whatever,
Yes.
Exactly.
Correct.
Louis, you don't mind being called a legend, right? I mean, because that's
As
what
long
people
as
call
I'm
you.
living, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
living legend. Living legend.
One legendary story I heard, and you have
Go.
to expound further, is that I heard you kicked out the Rolling Stones one time in Paris or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Can you tell us a story?
Nice.
There was a club that we were going to, a friend of mine and myself, Bong Dasa. It was called Privé.
I know Bong. Bong was good
Yeah.
friend of my dad's actually. Yeah.
Right. I'm a good friend of your
Yeah,
dad's.
exactly.
And you know, we were regulars at this place called Privé. And one night we walked in and our table was occupied by a bunch of long-haired guys. You know, 4 guys. You know, who we saw from the back. You know, so we complained to the waiter and said, "What's going on? That's our table." And he goes, "Sorry, we'll move them." You know, so he asked them to move, and we got to our table, and when we sat down. We looked at them. Holy shit! They're the Rolling Stones.
That's
So
classic.
you know, sorry.
And that's why they never played here.
And Mick Jagger's like,
they did,
shit,
they
that's
did,
Louis
they did,
Y.
they
That's
did.
Louis- I know. Damn it. We better move.
No, they did play here.
I did the play here.
Awesome.
All right. Any other stories you want to share with us before we go to a break? Like one short story, one anecdote that will solidify your legendary status.
There's so many.
I think one. Do you want to go or I go?
Well, it's just a comment. Louis
Okay.
Y, when are you going to write your autobiography? Really?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna-
Really?
Yes.
Out of all the characters in this country, it's yours. I would just love
I read
to
an
read.
interview with you in a men's magazine a few years back, and it was an amazing read.
yeah.
And I know you've got so much more.
Yeah.
When is
Yeah,
the autobiography?
you know,
coming
it's
out?
about time I do something. you know,
Seriously.
And you know, a lot of people have been urging me to do it.
Yeah, really.
And
I
you know,
pictures
it's,
if
know,
you want.
I got a bunch of pictures.
Wait, no,
Not
They're
the
locked
kind-
in a
not
safe.
The kind that I have.
one thing my father did. He did instead of an autobiography, he did a comic book, and I think that would be a great idea.
Well, we could start off with a comic book.
Exactly, and you do
You
a
know.
comic book per decade, basically going through your life, and I think that'd be a sweet way to put it together.
Yeah, at least we can put characters in there.
And if
make
you want
it
to get
humorous,
graphic
you
with
know.
it, you can get graphic.
Yeah,
You can also have a pop-up book.
You can put Napoles there, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so we're here still with Louie Y, the legend. We'll be right back.
The
after
living
a
legend.
Short break.
Yeah.
Pay attention. You're going to learn something, guys. All right. Woo! All right, welcome back to the cave. We have with us here the man, the myth, the legend, a man that he deserves his own podcast, and we're giving it to him, Mr. Louie Y. Thanks for joining us again today.
Thank
Mr.
you so
Louie Y.
much.
Cheers.
So we actually learned a lot. We talked about a bunch of stuff, and I thought, one thing we've all met Louie in different places and different bars and everything, and we all have this image of Louie.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be fun to do a top 10 of your Louie Y when.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it.
Oh,
Got
okay.
it.
All right. I'll start things off.
All right.
You know your Louie Y when you are the reason a lot of kids were born. And I don't mean that. No, I don't mean it in that way. Because
Explain
their
yourself.
parents met in one of your clubs. I know the Kim.
Yeah, the
Steph.
Keemleys.
Yes,
That's
they
right.
met in one of your clubs.
They met in.
and they're named after the club. So we have Stargazer. Hey, Stargazer.
So you're Ninong to how many kids? That's what we basically want to know.
Oh, about 10.
Oh, 10.
10 only.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wow.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did your parents meet in one of his clubs?
No, my parents met in Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah, but both my parents know Louie.
All right.
But you were conceived
In one.
Probably.
Let's put it this way: there were a lot of relationships conceived at one of my clubs.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And,
like in the restroom, in the back.
No
Oh, okay.
relationship.
I'm sure he still
Relationship.
sees people.
He's
He's like,
saying they were actually made in the club.
And a lot also ended in the club.
I'm pretty sure Louie still sees couples and says like, hey,
Hey,
I know what happened here.
Yeah.
All right,
Exactly.
number 9. You know your Louie Y if you go to any bar and the staff recognizes you because they've worked for you one time in their lives or their parents have worked for you at least.
Or you've trained them.
trained
or
them.
you've, yeah.
That was what I was gonna say. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, shoot, sorry.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that
So
is.
it happened, right?
Well, it happens all the time. That's it's gratifying, and it feels really good, to go into a good establishment, whether it's a club, a restaurant, and see one of my ex-staff there, either as a regular member, but most of the time as a senior staff member,
Nice.
So it's good to see that they've gone up in life.
Yeah.
Right, right.
and
My
it's,
number 8
start.
is, and this actually still happens to me in your clubs, by the way. You know your Louie Y when you don't get stopped at the door.
never.
Yeah.
I always get stopped at Steven's places.
Right.
Like, who's
Yeah,
you?
because he's got your face on a wanted poster
Yeah.
behind the desk.
No, I'm just making sure like we don't have pretty boys in the room. Yeah.
Okay, you
Too
don't want
much
competition.
competition.
Exactly.
All right.
With that being said, I actually a couple times I know I didn't have the hookup to get in, but I see Louie Y there, and I kind of go on his coattails and kind of go in with.
It's like the ambulance on EDSA.
Oh, yeah,
the ambulance, you follow it.
Oh, I'm with Louie. I'm with Louie. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Louie, hey man, yeah, let's go in together.
All right, here. Simple one, guys. How many Louis do you know? Maybe 3 or 4. None of them are named Louie Y. I mean, come on. You refer to Louie Y as Louie Y.
Yes, the surname. He does actually have a surname that starts with a Y.
Yes.
but everyone just refers
But
to him
you
as
don't
Y.
need to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Like
cool
Madonna.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Joey Mead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louie Y. You got to say the whole thing.
Wilson Fernandez.
Number 7,
Yeah.
right?
That was
That's
something
what
like
it
that.
says.
Yeah.
All right. You know your Louie Y when you've opened more clubs than you can count on both hands.
Puede,
True.
puede.
Puede.
All right. That'll be for the business segment. Thank you,
And
Mark.
very
Very well.
variable.
You know your Louie Y if you have a club named Louie Y. You know your Louie Y.
So was that actually?
So that was back in the 70s, 80s.
No, that was 84 to 86.
Yeah.
Was
On
that
top of the
your-
Hyatt.
Yeah.
It was called Louis Wise.
Your how many? Like was that your?
You have an Irwin
my
second?
J's?
Your second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
After
never be
Stargazer.
able to open a club. My second club called Air One. No one would show up.
Your club would be called the Fat Kid Inside.
Probably.
It's called Anna bought this for me.
I'm sitting down. I quit.
Maybe.
Third time.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, the name thing wasn't my idea. It was the hotels that said, let's put up your name.
The Hyatt, too.
The Hyatt, yeah.
And that's impressive.
That's
Yes.
very impressive.
'Cause
Yeah.
everything-
We want to name our club after you.
Anything groups do have to go through international,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
red tape and stamps.
So at that time, I said, hey, I'm like Regine, you know?
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
true.
you-
Yeah, in
You're a
Paris.
brand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you were a brand.
Steve Wilson.
Oh,
I have one.
Go.
You know your Louie Y if wait, I was thinking about it right now. You know your Louie Y if it's at the tip of my tongue. I just lost it. Wait,
It's because you took too much tequila shots.
Yeah.
You know your
Alright,
Louis Y.
you know your Louie Y when a hot girl comes up to you and you think he's gonna be like flirting with you and goes, "Hi, you know my tito." I'm sorry, I gotta burn you there.
No, you know my dad.
You know my dad. All right, you know my dad.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Why? Because that's what Selene says to him?
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Everyone. Like people. I think it's a sense of pride actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they
absolutely.
say, yeah, you know, like I know Louie Y. I have a connection to Louie Y. Like
Yeah.
it's like when you say I know Stephen Koo. It's like yeah, everyone
Everyone
fucking
knows
knows
Stephen
Stephen
Koo.
Koo.
Yeah, but you know your Louie Y if you have hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of friends because Louie
That's true.
Y spans decades of friendship.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
curious.
that's one
Do you
big
have
thing.
Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. How many
Yeah.
friends do you? How many people do you have on Facebook? Would you add everyone or
5,000 something,
There you go.
400,
Wow.
500. But a lot of the people, about a third of them, I don't really communicate with. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
be friends, and I said, okay.
Right, you
Which
communicate
and
with
now
two
some of the
sides.
people that I'd really like to add, I can't anymore because I'm
Because you're
You're
full.
full.
Yeah.
full.
Yeah.
And I'm
But
too
no,
lazy to delete. So
Yeah.
He's making Louie Y 2, by the way.
Official.
I have Louis White,
Louis White
but they don't want to join it.
Fan page.
With that being said, I don't know if you have the pleasure of being Louis White's fan on Facebook. You put out the most funniest.
Oh my God!
Like
Your
to-
jokes and everything.
You're
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
You are
don't.
hilarious.
Okay. I need to.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the waitlisted ones.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're just a son of.
Yeah.
All right, I guess to end this episode, Louie, we'd want to know from you, like, probably to give advice to people out there listening and watching. What advice would you give them if they want to put up a bar or stay this long in this industry
'cause
that you've been in?
Personally, I'm actually
Yeah.
just starting. What would you give a person like me, or
Well, you got to be passionate about it. You can't just, open a book and say, okay, how to open a club, and you have to live it a
Okay.
bit. I before I opened my first club, I was partying, and I noticed what went on in clubs, and fortunate that B-Boy Enriquez of the Silais Hotel, where I
Yep.
put up Stargazer, where they had Stargazer, asked me to come and spruce up and revive the club. And so I did it the way I saw a club should be, and the rest was history.
so
You
being
really-
hands-on and
You have to be hands-on. You have to know your music. You have to know how to give good service. Service is a very, very, very important
Key point,
factor.
yeah.
In other
People
words, you just
people
need
remember
to go
that
out more.
if in your club. If your service is good, the ambiance is good, your crowd control is good. You have to have good people at the door. The location has to be good.
Top of the line,
There's-
everything.
There's everything.
it's just like a lot of different elements that
yeah.
need to come together.
Louis,
Yeah.
how do you see the nightlife industry in the next 10 years? Since you've been at it for like the past couple of decades, how do you see nightlife in the next 10 years?
I think I don't know. You have to look at how it evolved from when I started until now. Who knows? We might have more. The clubs might just revert back to because there's nothing more to do in a club. I mean, what else are you gonna do? They might try to go retro again. And put dance floors again. You know what I mean? And
Roller skates and
but it'll be pretty robust, I think.
Yeah.
And, there's.
If you were to give your crown or your blessing to a certain person, like to be the Louie Y 2.0, who would it be?
Very good question. Yes.
In my group now.
and
in
not
my
not
group-
Stephen.
Not
He's
Stephen.
he's not allowed.
I'm not that cool.
In your group now.
I don't mind a scepter though.
In my group now, I've got Eric Kua, GP Reyes. You know,
Correct.
these are young guys who are
Passionate.
passionate about what
Yeah.
they're doing. They know what they're doing. You know, and I'm fortunate to be partying with them. You know, and I think it's a win-win partnership that we have. You know.
True.
Yeah.
So you know, to be a Louie Y, I guess you have to live it. You know, I
Yeah.
guess you. It's been 32 years. You know.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
Yeah, you know what? Every time somebody
You know.
goes to me, she goes, "You're the next Louis." I always say, nobody can be the next Louis Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, this
all
guy
I
wanted
say.
to retire at 30.
Yeah.
He's
No,
an idiot.
yeah.
He's
And
an
I
idiot.
said
Don't-
that's what
don't
I
listen to
started.
him.
No. We have this short story, and maybe we can end in this one because it's actually a very relevant story
tell it.
to what Louis is all about. I just turned 30. I'm not telling you how old I am now.
So how
But I
long was
go-
that ago?
A few years back, and I go to Louis. I go, Louis, I think I want to retire from this business. I'm getting burnt out. I'm getting sick and everything.
Girls are saying
And-
no
and this
now.
is
So
and this is
lazy.
One line he said to me, he goes, "Gago ka ba? I put up my first bar at 30, no." So
Yeah.
all that says is, you know what? It's never too late to start. And if you're passionate about it, Louis, just keep doing it. Louis, any last words of wisdom for our listeners and viewers, our fellow men?
Shake it, but don't break it.
Love it. Love it.
That's
If we were to make
perfect
a
way.
movie of you, who would play you?
I have no idea. But, you know,
Okay. All right.
I say
yeah.
Benicio del Toro.
Nice.
younger
Oh,
story,
yeah.
yes,
Very
that
good.
works.
Very
that
good.
wouldn't be bad, you know.
Right?
All right, and with that, we'd like to
Badass
end this
guy.
episode of The Cave. Louis, would you like to promote anything? Your Twitter account or any new bars you're putting up?
The new bar, that's coming up. We have a bar coming up at the Gramercy.
Oh wow.
On the
Okay.
70
Cool.
The highest bar.
Yeah, the
in
71st floor of Gramercy.
Nice.
So wait up for that. Sometime October and November.
What's the name of it? I
It's going to be called 71 Gramercy.
71 grams.
Setting on Gramercy.
Very New York. I
All
like
right.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Louis Y.
Louis
and,
Y, thank you so
please
much.
follow The Cave on Twitter at Cave Podcast.
And on Extra Rice TV, you can find all our Facebook details, our SoundCloud details, our iTunes details, and every social media account, basically. And you can follow us on Twitter. with-
Personally, at Mark Nelson _.
Mine is Erwan J. Yusuf.
at Stephen Koo.
Revilson _F.